Y'all, I don't even want to show you that room right there, because let me tell you, I did a ton of buying this last week, had a ton of friends in town, did a ton of picking, and so we shut the store down, and I could not believe what happened after we shut that store down. I've just got to show you this, got to talk about these numbers, they're just crazy. You may remember me talking about last week the new strategy and seeing if it was going to work, and I promptly started off that strategy for this year by shutting the store down, putting it on time away mode for 6 straight days. And so I wasn't expecting a good week, but boy did we have one. And I was talking about bringing in somebody just to help us out with different things in the business. And I said that I wasn't going to do something like that, add the stress on, if it wasn't going to make us significantly more profitable. And we talked about numbers. We're going to do that today, but I've got to show you 6 items first. I think it's 6. They all have something to do with each other. And I'm going to tell you as soon as we pull these 6. This is the very first one. It's a Remington, vintage Remington typewriter. It sold it for $98.95 plus shipping. Looks like there's a little thunderstorm brewing out there. Bear with me here, y'all. Let me get through these first 6 items and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It just blows my mind what happens this week. So it's a Hyla NST vacuum cleaner canister, $58.35 plus shipping. And you might wonder what those 2 items have to do with each other, and this one is included in that mix too, and you'll see what I mean in a minute. Michael Kors purse, really, really good condition. That one sold for $65.50. plus shipping. And this one right here, this Soma Oh My Gorgeous Passionate Perfume, 1.7 ounces, sold for $148.45 plus shipping. And then another item that has nothing to do with those, but everything to do with those. And it is a piece to the Millennium Falcon vintage. What is that, 70? I don't remember when this one came out, but it was an old one. That's the little cage at the top. That sold for $24.70 plus shipping. And last for this first batch of 6 that I'm going to tie into y'all in just a second here, this Nike set of kids sandals right here. I need to open them. There, I partially opened them. Just under $15 plus shipping. So as I said before, I had folks into town. We were picking that week. I wasn't going to do shipping and eBay and film videos at all that week. I was gonna just concentrate on flipping and hanging out with my buddies. We do it every year. So I shut that thing down, time away mode for 6 straight days. Nothing at all that was live that would be shipped the next day or anything like that. So I wasn't expecting many sales, but I usually get some. All of these sales right here, every single one of them came on a different platform. I did not shut down my Mercari. I did not shut down my Bonanza. One of them sold on Mercari. This one right here. The rest of these right here, almost $500 or over $500 worth of sales, somewhere around there, all on Bonanza in a 3-day span. So I was pleasantly surprised by that. Now, the other platforms, listen to this, y'all. We sold $7,400 worth of stuff in that 6-day period. $7,400 worth of stuff. So that's Bonanza, Mercari. We sold glass on knickknacks. That's the biggest portion of that number over there on the district app. Thank you again to Jocelyn over there. We appreciate that, and Mary as well. We sold some on Whatnot, Dibbed It. We've sold everywhere. The live selling, I continue. We did 3 live shows. We sold a bunch on eBay. Store shut down. We sold $2,000 worth of stuff on eBay with the store shut down. Now, not strangely enough, I wish it was, I had sold a couple of calculators that, for whatever reason, didn't get processed through as the store being out, or what is it, time away mode. And so we had to ship those after the fact, but sold those. I'll put those up on the screen right there. Shout out Death File Picker. We went picking on Wednesday. He picked those, and somehow I ended up with them and sold them. Any rate, those sold. Bose speakers right there from the sale that probably just aired on the Picker channel. Those I got for free. Lady just gave them to me. Cool story. If you haven't seen that video, go watch that one. And these sold for $40 plus shipping. And those sold on eBay. And most of the rest of the stuff is going to be eBay sales as well. So just to give you an idea, that $7,400 number, I've already given you roughly the number on eBay with the store shut down. That's awesome. If you remember that video I was talking about, my goal was to hit gross sales of $300,000 to make it worth our while to put Jess in charge of the live selling and acquisition and stuff like that. And what we really needed to get to make it worth paying her to make a bigger profit was about $225 in sales. And my goal is $300,000 to make it well worth my while to have somebody else helping us out around here. And just this week alone, with eBay on time away mode, we far surpassed that number. And that, of course, is an awesome sign, because we've just started this process of doing it the way we're doing it, where I'm doing virtually nothing. I didn't ship anything on those live orders. I didn't list anything on those live orders. And so this new process here, I'm excited about it, because what I am able to do is focus on eBay listings. And eBay sales were crazy because the week before, that's what we were doing. Tons of focus right there by me, and the sales bumped up there. Tons of focus for the other stuff from her, and it's just going nuts. And so everybody's been in here shipping the live stuff, but me, of course, I'm going to end up shipping all this eBay and Bonanza and Mercari stuff. Sold another one of these FedEx Joe Gibbs Racing, I think it's Denny Hamlin 2XL, like pit crew jersey shirt things. And that sold for $30 bucks plus shipping. That means our daily numbers last week with the eBay on time away was $1,233 a day. That's over a 6-day period. That is a total of $7,400 bucks. Crazy. Now, that's not going to be a typical number. A, because that glass show was a $2,500 show over there on Knickknacks. We had some really great stuff. But let's just be hypothetical for a second. And we ran a total of 3 live shows. We'll probably run 2 a week. But if we were to do that, the gross number for the year would be $450,000, which is just insane. I've always known this, but I've never really had an opportunity to put it in practice. I've done most everything, and my wife has helped me out doing shipping and stuff, but we've always delegated different things that she enjoys doing and I enjoy doing. But adding somebody on and saying, all right, I'm going to do what I am really, really good at, which is creating eBay listings and putting the right price and doing things that help things sell over there. And I can focus on that and focus on the social media and focus on shipping eBay. You know, I do that, you know, ordering stuff, doing all the stuff that resellers do. And she can focus completely on sorting, arranging, organizing, and getting stuff listed, the right stuff, onto these live selling platforms, and then shipping all that stuff, and then help me out doing other stuff from here, you know, time to time. That has made things so much more streamlined, and we're already seeing the benefits from it. I realize not a lot of people can do that, nor do you want to do that. But for me, I found it difficult. I used to hear Pete Craigslist Hunter say, hey, you know, if somebody can gross or net 50 grand a year totally by themselves, you know, picking the way that I pick this kind of stuff, that's pretty daggone good. And that's held pretty true. I've done better than that completely on my own before. And I know a lot of people who do quite a bit better than that. But that I would say is average, you know, especially if you're working a 40-hour-a-week job. That's some high numbers for somebody putting in 40 hours and maybe doing 15 to 30 hours on the side. And so I figured I'd give this a shot and preserve what I love, the eBay side of it, for myself. What I did not expect was to see results in a week where eBay was on time away. So I'm trying to keep my ASP up, not listing these PS3 games separately because they're just not worth that much. 2 Batman games. Put them together, $14.95 plus shipping, and they sold. Now, what I didn't have to worry about was getting ready for these live shows and getting all that stuff up there and doing all that and shipping them after they're done. I got to source, and I'm a bit ashamed to show you how much I sourced. But because I have the time, check it out. And we've already processed a bunch, got pictures up, and I've been listing. So look at this insane amount of stuff. And now the sourcing has to stop for a bit. We've got about 4 days to get all this stuff processed in the right places and get it up and listed. Oop, just hit my head on the light. This sold. We have been selling some glass. Matter of fact, I think that did too. I should probably grab it. Not just on Knickknacks, but we've been selling it on eBay as well. And this little polka dot I don't know what they call it. There's a name for it. I'm learning, y'all. Tim has helped me a ton over the years. But that guy I bought at that crazy glass garage sale. That one sold for, I think, $30 plus shipping. Let me look up the name for this one. It is Polka Dot Hand Blown Art Glass Multicolored Vase. Vintage. And I was wrong. $24.95 plus shipping. It was 33% of, I believe, $6. So I paid $2. So I hear, oh my goodness, this is the first appearance. Hey, actually it's not the first appearance, but it's the first time that Poncho came in on his own, and now he's leaving. But Wallen and Pepper here, y'all, I got work to do today. You're gonna have to let me do it, I think. I guess Poncho wanted to stay. So did Pepper. So I bought these at the Lost and Found sale, if you remember. And these Ray-Ban sunglasses, I didn't know if they were real or not, but they are very nice. When I got them home and cleaned them up, $44.95 plus shipping. Are you whining over here? Huh? You know, through this process, it kind of reminded me back when I used to teach world history, and we talk about, you know, the 5 characteristics of a civilization: organized government, organized religion, division of labor, class structure, systems of writing. And it was the division of labor part that allowed people to specialize in certain things and ramp up production because they're only doing 1 or 2 things, as opposed to trying to provide for everything by themselves. So now my job is a little bit more clear-cut. Of course, I still handle all of the social media part, the promotion, with a few little exceptions with editing here and there. And so maybe 95% of that work. And obviously eBay. So I'm doing probably 90% of the eBay work. I say 90 because my wife still helps me with quite a bit and a little bit of the cross-listing and stuff. And she helps me ship as well. Look, I'm so interested in my topic, I forgot to pick up this right here. Craig Kimbrell bobblehead. This one actually goes for a little bit more, but it doesn't have the styrofoam. The box is messed up, but it's still sold. $24.95 plus shipping. So this gives me a chance to say something that I don't want people to get the wrong impression of. So I sold these 2 Dick Tracy figures, PVC figures, and I gotta go pick them up back here. So Breathless Mahoney, aka Madonna, and Dick Tracy, aka Warren Beatty. These are Disney Applause, sold, but they sold with another item. I think these are around 10 or 12. I can't remember plus shipping. So here is the other item that's sold. Turn that off. This ice bucket. So the Dick Tracy was $12.95 plus shipping. This ice bucket was $74.95 plus shipping. So a total of like $87, $88 plus shipping. And it went to a viewer, which is no surprise to have those 2 items bundled together. And now I know this is cut to clear glass right there. Thank you, Tim, over the years, and everybody on Knickknacks for helping me out. And that was a nice sale. I think I ended up paying $6 for that. Sold for $74.95 plus shipping. And like I said, Bill bought that one. It says repeat buyer, and I really appreciate that purchase. That's kind of what happens sometimes when I shut my store down and put it on time away mode. Sales go way down, but viewers still buy at kind of the same rate that they normally have. But that didn't happen this time. All these sales today, I think there were 3 viewer sales, and we got a ton to go. And that's kind of what I want to talk about here. What I mentioned before, there's something that I really have got to say, because time is a huge factor in all this. And I am not by any stretch telling people to go hire somebody to work on a new expanding part of your business. That's not what I'm saying at all. Matter of fact, I think I'd caution against it for many reasons, but I want to make one point. And I'm going to do it right after this item. Me and my wife met up after she dropped Reagan off on a Saturday, and it was later in the day, and we went around. Didn't find a whole ton of stuff. She did okay, and I did okay. But this was one of those items. This is a $5 camera at a sale, and that Canon right there sold for $64.95. So a good flip, 5 into $65 plus shipping. You know, everybody talks about live selling, and you hear me talk about it, but you don't I don't think I've ever said this. I've never told people, hey, go sell over there on whatnot. It's the way to go. It's the wave of the future. Go sell on my site, dibdit.com. You know, live selling is it. I've talked about Knickknacks over there as well. I've never said that because it's actually not the right decision for a bunch of people. I would say a majority of people. And even for me, I wasn't going to do it myself unless I could put certain things in place to make it make sense. And that's why I started to do it. I wasn't going to do the bulk of that work because that stuff takes time. If you've ever done a show that sold 50, 100 things over there, you just wiped out an entire day. And if you have very low margins over there, which a lot of people do, that takes time to ship it all. It takes time to list it all. And if you end up making, you know, $1.50 an hour in the deal, that's not good. But what's worse than that is you just took time away from listing your higher dollar item stuff and putting it on eBay or putting it, you know, cross-listing it, whatever it is you're doing. And so you've got to weigh those things. And there's a lot of folks who just can't cut bait with something that's worth $6 or something like that. And it takes time. They just can't get rid of it. They can't find a different outlet for it. For me, it's a different outlet. For me, I like to bundle stuff. I don't like to sell stuff over there that's just junk. You know, I'm trying to up that ante as well because it's got to be worth the time and investment and capital that you put into it. So I've made this switch. It's not even a switch. It's an addition to what I'm doing. And the big reason I did it is to alleviate all of the work that goes into it, still make that money on that side, but give me my time back so I can do this. And I just love what's going on right now. And here is one of those other viewer sales I was talking about. Should be right here, this ET3D head pin. These are probably the most expensive ones we sell and also the most popular, and we're running out quickly. $7.99 plus shipping for that one. And it went to Leilana Quintero. I like that name. Very cool. Just found your channel. Been on eBay for years. Thanks for the great information and general good vibes. This will be a Mother's Day gift for an out-of-this-world mom. God bless. Well, that's very sweet. Thank you for reminding me that Mother's Day is here. Actually, you will see this probably right after Mother's Day, so I better get down to the store and buy something, huh? Now, I hate selling jeans, but I like making money. So these polo jeans, excellent condition. Great size, great style, $54.95 plus shipping. All right, y'all, it looks like it's storming out there, which means Turner's game might be canceled today, which means he's got a perfect joke for this day. What do you got?
What happens when it rains cats and dogs?
What happens when it rains cats and dogs? I don't know what.
You have to be careful not to step in a poodle.
Step in a poodle. Thank you, bud.
Bye.
I really do think that's one of the most important things people mess up on is spending your time when and where you make money the most. There's all these diversions that sidetrack people, and I knew that if I was going to do something like expand my business, I was not ever going to make it at the cost of what I was doing that was making the biggest bang for my buck. This old Marlboro bag right here, picked this one up at that same sale that I bought these at and some other stuff. This one sold for $24.95 plus shipping. Could have done a little better, but there's a few condition issues on it. I mean, right now is a perfect example. You know, when this is done, now I don't have to take Turner to the game because they just called the thing off. When this is done today, I don't have to worry about a live show that I got going on some other site tomorrow or 2 days from now. I can go and grab some high ROI, high ASP items, get the pictures in, get them listed, and make some money. All right, I'm going to try to get this without getting a ladder. I think I can. Black amethyst applied glass. I know what that means now. And that one's pretty cool. There was a bunch of different types of, or kinds of titles for this one when I comped it. And the one I took was Two's Company. I don't know exactly what any of that means, but I know what applied glass means now. Those little things coming up off the top. It was $6 and I bought it 33% off. And that one sold for $40 plus shipping. So 2 and a 40, not bad. I'm curious what you think of that out there. You know, do you think like that? I've talked about it before. You know, opportunity cost. Yes, you could go this direction and you could cross list. Is it worth the time? And it all depends on the person, what you're selling, how much time you have. If you've got a 40-hour-a-week job, there's all kinds of different things to consider. You know, if you want to get into the live selling thing, is it worth your time or will it eventually be worth your time? And those are all considerations. There is an opportunity cost to everything that we do. And I was very aware of that. But I want to know how you guys think about that stuff. If you've decided to go in the live selling or the cross listing, you know, have you made that determination yourself? Is there things you've rejected doing because of those concerns? And do you know where your time is best spent? And do you also apply that to picking out there? I do it all the time, right? It's like this vacuum cleaner. This was a lot easier for me to sell just this piece for a fraction, a bigger fraction, than the vacuum cleaner itself as a whole, with the power nozzle thing, or, you know, was it better to rip it apart and sell it in 5 parts, or to pick the 3 best off that had good sell-through rates? Because there's an opportunity cost. Yeah, you could try to extract every nickel out of something, or you could take the biggest bang for your buck and then take the time you saved and put it into the next biggest bang for your buck. Here's a good example of that, because people always say, I won't sell something if it's under whatever. And my own number is $15 on some things, but it changes drastically depending on what the item is. This only sold for $12.95 plus shipping, but it cost $1 and it's brand new sealed, snap a picture, easy to ship. This, even being underneath that, is well worth my time. $12.95 for this little study Bible, compact ESB Bible, plus shipping. Oh my goodness, I told you the rain was coming. I'm glad this is my last inside item. I think it is anyways. Xbox 360 in the box right here, Guitar Hero. That one came from an unbelievable sale. I cannot wait for you to see this one. This one sold for $100 plus shipping. Of course, I was wrong. I had to go back in there again and I got drenched, and it seems to be getting worse out there. It's even coming up here. I'm kind of excited now though. I get to go out and work in that building with a metal roof out there and listen to the rain and take pictures and list stuff, and maybe listen to a podcast or something, or some music. This Oscar by Coleman, I grabbed both of them because this one and this one are the same but slightly different. I had 2 listed. I think that one actually sold as well, but I'll probably ship it tomorrow because it sold later. And this one I paid $5 for. I almost didn't buy it because this one had been sitting forever, but I decided I would buy it anyways because it was clean. I didn't have to do anything to it. So $5 into $29 plus shipping. Just slide it in the right size box, tape it up. It's actually pretty easy. If I would have had to clean it, I wouldn't have bought it because I already had one that hadn't sold forever. And then listed this one it sold, and then that one sold right after. I absolutely love places that price everything the same based on item type. There was a hat box where all the hats were $2. And plenty hats aren't worth $2. There's plenty hats not worth a quarter. And there was a bunch of hats in that box that weren't worth much. But fortunately, this one was Liberty University Nike Dry Fit hat. And I've sold these before, and it was $2. Sold for $24.95 plus shipping very quickly. And I sold another one of those Houston livestock pins. Wrong drawer, Froggy Flips drawer. It should be here. Not very many left. It's this one, 2005 Houston livestock guest pin. That sold for $14.95 plus shipping. Alright, second straight day, even though we filmed them together. Reagan has a, what are the names? You remember the names?
Jeremiah and Daniel got a hillbilly sticker.
That's right, and that's all there is left right there, y'all. Jeremiah and Daniel got some stickers, and this is Poncho. Is Poncho a better dog than Wallen?
So far, I'd say, but we did get him younger, so.
Yeah, and this is Wallen's little brother, too.
Wallen is teaching him some bad things, so I think we gotta get him away from Wallen. I'm just kidding.
Thank you, Reagan.
Bye, and don't forget your stickers at CommonwealthPicker.com.
Looks like it's slowed down just a shade out here. I'm gonna go in and grab one more item. I bought a bunch of softball stuff at the sale the other day for $20. Already sold one item out of there, and we're well into the profit. And we've got a few more to go. This one is a bag. It's an Easton bag, but I coupled it together with a bunch of Jugs pitching machine softballs in very well used condition, right? They're not brand new by any stretch. And that right there sold for $70 plus shipping. And back in my coaching days, you know, I would buy all this stuff and I would get on eBay, well, not for softball, but for baseball. And I would buy stuff used all the time that we needed because you could get it way, way cheaper. That right there, all that stuff brand new would have cost $150 easily, maybe even more. All right, I never do this stuff in videos, but it seems like the internet is clamoring for people to tell the truth about reselling. This is hard stuff and show the dirty work and all that. And people don't just watch that very much. I think we all understand it. But I thought I'd just give you a little bit of taste of what I do before I go in there and start filming every day. And this is the beginning of it. I usually am out here for a little bit. Today I have a huge project in that other shed over there with a buy that I did from my buddy Otz Antiques. And my buddy Eric, OBX Picker, actually transported it here when they came for the 100-mile sale, and it is a lot of work up ahead of me. So I'm gonna do a couple things in here real quick, and then I'm gonna cut this because you don't really want to watch it. I do want to show you this real quick though. This is a cool piece. Paid up for that. That's gonna sell for really good money. Hard to find one like that. There's a stomper that sells for good money as well. Probably over $100 a piece. Definitely over 100. This is probably closer to 170 or so. And this is, I don't know about that one. Found that piece. That's not a $100 piece, but it's probably a $50, $60 piece. Got a G-Shock the other day at a yard sale. And got a cool Smith & Wesson set of handcuffs. But all that is gonna have to wait because I've got to go separate this massive pile of stuff in that other shed, because I don't want to start making piles, and I gotta get some bins to do it. And my wife and kids and Jess has got it all set up. We're gonna run a whatnot today. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to make it back in time for that one, because I've got a little call I got from an old acquaintance of mine. I'm gonna do it's not really a private pick, it's some specific items that I'm gonna go pick up, and that's about a half an hour away. And I gotta go to the post office as well. So just thought I'd give you a little bit of a taste. I put in, you know, I don't know, eBay listings are already done for the day. I spent the last hour doing that, and then after that I've got to do a few more things for social media, and I got most of that done. Not quite done, but I have to get this done today, and I got to do it in time to get to meet this guy too. Look at this, y'all. See what I got to go through? Should be fun. I'm not going to film it though. I thought I'd do this just to tell you when Dave and Carrie joke about me sitting around all day. I promise you I do not. But I got to do inventory on boxes, so I'm checking to see. I've got to look for a couple size boxes and make sure we have enough. So I just assume, of course, that everybody out there who watches me realizes all this stuff. I usually film at night in that cabin, or at least in the evening, the afternoon, and then I go in and do all the shipping at night with my wife. I think people realize that. I think people realize how much work goes into reselling. This stuff just, it's difficult to process, and you got to get through it. So anyway, just wanted to talk to you about that for just a few seconds, and let me know out there, what is the worst thing about reselling for you? What do you hate the most? This might seem odd to you, but I was excited to get out here and dig through this right here. I'm excited to find the eBay things out of here. And at this point now, I get to pass the rest of the life stuff on to Jess, which is even better, which means I get to focus on the high dollar stuff. All right, y'all, I actually started pulling for eBay. I was gonna do eBay, gonna do whatnot, did whatever it is we're doing live selling. And I came across a ton of Harley right here. A lot of it's single stitch. We got tons of shirts in the other cabin out there as well. So I just decided, forget, I'm gonna still list these on eBay right here. But I just decided we're gonna have a massive t-shirt show, because there's some amazing stuff in there, and we've got some good stuff in there as well. So be looking for that on a live somewhere soon. Hey y'all, before I ship today, I forgot to thank Kyle, who bought planes for the Commonwealth Picker shipping table over on CommonwealthPicker.com. All right, I think I'm gonna stop right there. I've got some more stuff, but because I had my store on time away, I always build in an extra day. I have one more day to ship the massive amounts of stuff out. And of course, we're making sales now. It's like we're making sales at the same rate we were when the store was on time away, which blows my mind. But we got a good week in front of us. I've got tons of stuff to list. I'm gonna go look after we're done with this video at the higher ROI stuff. Actually, I don't care about the ROI. The higher ASP stuff, the higher, quicker sell-through rate stuff, and get it up on eBay. And let Jess handle a bunch of the other stuff. So anyway, thank y'all for joining us. Leave your thoughts below on some of the things I talked about, opportunity cost and time, and spending time where the money is made the most, which is really what I've focused on, and I'm super happy I have. Let me know how your sales are going. Let me know how your sourcing is going. Tell me in the comments the best thing you found in the last 7 days. I'm eager to hear about it. Thank y'all for joining us as always, and I can't wait to see you next time.